What? Whoa. All right. All right. Yo. Welcome. Just a late night stream. Figured I would throw it up. I want to, essentially just kind of pop through and show you all my ranking of the MCU. In 1 second while I get the chat fixed here on the screen, because I think that does well to add to the experience. So I want it to be there. I do need to fix this in general, but that's okay. We'll get there eventually. Boom. Okay. All right. We'll throw a quick test message on the side. Test. Boom. Nice. Okay. All right. So, I attempted to do this the other day, but OBS had a crash on me. So that was unfortunate. Somebody just texted me. Hold on. One second. All right, my bad. Boom. All right. So I'm doing this, and the person I am in a Discord call with is not aware that I'm doing this. So we're going to hope all is well. But welcome. I appreciate everybody being here. We are going to rank the MCU, if that's not obvious already. I've got a tier list here that I've altered only on the tiers. This is a really cool put up by somebody. I wish that you could see who kind of made this, because I want to give them kudos. I'll turn off dark mode for a second. Yeah, I'm not seeing any name here. Oh, there we go. Jonathan Kreider. Yeah, I'm going to give them a follow. Why not? Follow. Oh, they don't exist anymore. Oh, never mind. Guess I will not be following them. Oh, well, I tried. But they made a pretty good kind of mock-up here for the tier list. I like that it's got every movie's poster, at least as much as it needs to, and they made a point to put the name on here. So where the focus could have been up at the top for the back of Hulk, he lets you know that that's Hulk. So thank you, Jonathan. That is appreciated. But, welcome. Let me turn off the light. We're going to set the mood here. Give me just 1 second. Oh, God. Okay, we're back. Hello. Mood is set. What's up, Ryan? Tell him about the list. Ryan, what list? What list? Okay. The MCU list that I made in Google Sheets? I don't know if I want to show that. That's not really well done here, Ryan. Because you don't have anything on there. I haven't updated it since Werewolf Within. Good gravy. Werewolf by Night? Yeah, Werewolf by Night. So, the list you so delicately made in Google Sheets, yes. All right. I don't know if this will show well. It does not appear that it will, so let me bump this all over here. So on your screen now, in what is honestly the worst, there we go. Okay, all right, that'll be better. So I do like to create things. I do like spreadsheets. I like stats, not just tell them. So I have sat here very diligently and created this entire spreadsheet to help rank out where I think things fall amongst. Oh, it's broken too. That's not good. What happened here? Somebody came through and tried fucking with this, so that's not good. But yeah, I've got a couple of things. Also, yeah, hold on. Somebody literally came through here and fucked everything. What if it's not my number one? Bro? Bro, who fucked this thing up? I gotta, like, version history this shit. Who the hell was in here? It was me. What? No, see, this is the list. Yeah, this is the fucking list where Brayden has Eternals that fucking high. Bro, there is no way. I don't know what happened here, Ryan. I do not know what happened here. I'll have to fix that later. But I wanted to take some time. I'm not going to look at this list. I'm not going to reference this at all. We're going to instead focus on tearing out the MCU. So I have an S, A, B, C, D, and F. Of course, there is never an E, and there's never an S+. Go fuck yourself, tier makers. That's not how this works. I have an extra category on here because they had one on here, and I just figured I'd reword it, but it's a rewatch needed. I don't think we're going to have to put anything in there. Maybe like Iron Man 2 could go in there, but I feel like I've got a pretty good grasp of where Iron Man 2 should go. So Ryan, with you in the chat, should I start kind of chronologically on release order on the early side? Or do we start with Wakanda Forever and work our way backwards? So what do we do here? You let me know. Start with Iron Man and go forward, or start with Wakanda Forever and fall back? Okay. We're thinking, Ryan. You still here with me? Am I asking the void? Might be asking the void. That's right. We'll start Iron Man here. Give you just a second to push that answer through. Start with Iron Man? All right, here we go. Iron Man. A tier, right? It has to be A tier. There's no way you make this list and don't have Iron Man in the A tier. I can see an argument for B, right? There's still things about this movie that are not great. Obadiah Stane, not a good villain. A lot of the dialogue is clunky when you look at it from today's standards. But for what this did, for how this started the MCU, I can't see it going below an A tier. I think that Iron Man really set the tone, right, for the MCU. It brought this serious take to the superhero movie genre that you just hadn't seen. I think Jon Favreau did a really good job with his direction of your actors, such as Robert Downey Jr. Even though I don't care for Obadiah Stane, I think Jeff Bridges does a really good job bringing that character to life with what they had on the paper. I believe that Terrence Howard is a relatively decent Rhodey. I do believe in the heart of hearts that Don Cheadle is a much better Rhodey, but Terrence Howard does a serviceable job. I'm talking myself into a B though, because honestly, it's all serviceable, right? You just don't get to have villain options anymore. Stane was great. Stein? No, it's Stane, right? It's Obadiah Stane. Just don't get to have villain options anymore. What do you mean villain options? Brayden, you're in the Discord. Just join the call. Just start talking in the Discord. Brayden, I'm unmuting. Hello. Brayden.
Hello.
Hey. What do you mean you don't get any villain options anymore?
You're not good at judging villains.
What?
Stane was a great villain.
Ryan, do you think Stane was a good villain? Be honest, because I don't think Obadiah Stane was a good villain at all. What did Obadiah Stane do that was good? I believe you're right. It's S-T-A-N-E.
He was scary.
He was scary? No, he wasn't scary.
Dude, remember that scene with freaking Pepper in the office building? That was terrifying for her. And then the whole, like, he built this in a cave. That's one of the best villain lines ever.
You don't remember, Ryan? Ryan, join the call. I don't think you're really taking into account his motivations. His motivations were relatively weak in Iron Man, weren't they?
His
right?
motivations are money and like fame
Yeah,
and
it's
fortune.
exactly.
It's great. That's a great villain arc. He doesn't have
What?
any like demons or anything. He's just a
No, you know who
jerk.
did that better was fucking oh my god, what is his name now?
Don't you
The
dare
AIM guy from
say.
Iron Man 3.
Don't you dare. Oh, that guy?
Yeah,
I mean, his was
that's
revenge
who did
against
that
Tony.
better. Yeah, but that's the
His was
thing
revenge
is
against
there was
Tony.
more to
He
it,
didn't want.
right?
No, it was just revenge against Tony. His whole thing was like, I'm gonna like ruin your company first, and then I'm gonna make a company that's better than your company
Killian,
just to spite
Aldrich
you.
Killian.
His whole thing about like Killian's thing was all just revenge. He didn't care about that money or anything.
No, but he did though. There was more context to that, rather than just Obadiah Stane not wanting Tony to be the one in charge.
His was like jealousy / he just wanted to be rich. He was jealous of Tony's father, and so he took it out on Tony. Also, that scene where like, you finally realize it, and like he does the neck thing to Tony, dude. That was like that's such a sidewind. Like, how do you not think that that's great?
Regardless of your opinion there, it's a B movie, right?
Iron Man.
Yeah. B tier? Because I'm stuck between B and A. I certainly don't think it's a C tier.
I think it could be B, but I think it could be a B.
You think it could be a B?
Comparatively to the rest of MCU, it's probably a C, but on its own, like when it first came out, that's a pretty good B.
Huh. I feel like it has to be a B. I don't know. Ryan's not going to join the call, so we're not going to get a third opinion in here. It might just be you and my tier list here. If it helps, you can look at the Discord app and see my screen. I'm sharing that in there for you. Hulk's a D, right?
The original Hulk? So,
Yes.
you already know my opinion. I think the Hulk's actually better than a lot of people.
Still a
give it
D, though.
credit for. No, I think that one's like on par with like
Like, it's better
Iron
than Dark
Man, maybe.
World.
Yeah. That was a good movie. I think it's a C.
Why'd you want to call? I have to leave stream. That's okay, Ryan. Leave the stream.
Yeah, but I live son.
Is that how I sounded?
No.
Oh, okay. I think you're making fun of me.
This is me being stupid. No, I'm just dumb.
I think Hulk's either a C or a D. If Iron Man's a B, I would. You have to be smoking a lot of pot to think that Hulk is on par with Iron Man.
Hulk is on par with Iron Man.
What is the good
It's
things
not
about
obviously
Hulk?
as good. So Edward Norton does a pretty good job, even though he definitely isn't Bruce Banner. It's a good like plot. Like he's like, it's just like the sad main hero you feel bad for because it's like he can't. It's like a Frankenstein thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was good. Just put it in
Ryan?
D.
Your thoughts?
Hello?
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
This is like the 5th time you've ranked the MCU. Also,
No, this is only the second.
you funny.
What have I missed?
You missed a lot, Ryan.
Ryan, okay. We have Iron Man in the B tier. I don't know if you can see my screen on the app.
Kind of. I can make
Kind
it
of.
out.
We have Iron Man in the B tier. Should I put it in light mode? Would that help? Does that matter?
It was better the first time.
Okay.
Ryan,
Iron Man's
you're
in
really
B.
echoey.
Hulk is in C.
Is it because Bryson's microphone is catching me from the living room?
No, it's because you're in an open area.
Wait, so I'm not echoing, I just sound echoey?
Right, that's what Brayden said.
Gotcha.
Brayden, if I'm taking away from your time, you can leave the call if you want. Or I can mute again. Alright. We got Hulk and C. Any distaste there from anybody?
No, that's fine.
I'm sorry, what was it?
Hulk. The Incredible Hulk. How do you feel about that being in the C tier?
I can argue it being lower.
Brayden, argue it to be higher.
No, you already wanted it in D, so put it in D.
Alright, going D. Okay, let me zoom in here for you. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Iron Man 2. I think that goes in the C, if not D. I think
Iron Man
that's
2
the
is
one you
worse
can
than
compare.
Iron Man, that's all I'll say.
Yeah, it's definitely worse than Iron Man. I think that... my question now is it worse than Hulk? I think I can see an argument for it being worse than Hulk. I do like Mickey Rourke, so that's a bias I have going into this. I think he does a really good job as Whiplash. But apart from that, I hate Hammer. I think that's another lazy fucking villain that's just in it for the money. What are our thoughts, team?
I don't know.
Brayden, should I stop asking you?
No, I just don't know where to put that one.
Ryan?
Iron Man 2?
Yes, Iron Man 2. Ryan, are you busy as well playing God of War?
I'm kind of consumed by it right now.
Okay. All right. You all leave this call, or I'll leave the call. Here, I'm gonna mute. Well, I don't want to like interrupt you guys. You're both playing your single player games.
Okay.
We're here for you, though.
What's that, Ryan?
I guess we're not really here for you.
No,
we're distracted.
Yeah, exactly. We're good. I'm gonna mute out.
Later.
Then.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye-bye.
All right. Now it's just us. They can't hear me. They're probably going to leave the call here soon. So that's good. That's fine. Everything's okay there. I, for one, believe that Iron Man 2 is... I'm going to put it above Hulk. Still in the D tier. I think it's still a bad movie. Not great, right? Like, it's just... You have Don Cheadle coming in, picking up Terrence Howard's place, and doing a phenomenal job as Rhodey. And with War Machine being introduced, you start to have this kind of melding of multiple heroes in the same movie, right? Whereas in Iron Man and in Hulk, they are singular stories. I think that they do a really good job balancing War Machine and balancing Don Cheadle's character of Rhodey, like, against Tony. And this movie is about Tony dealing with alcoholism, right? Dealing with being so powerful and not wanting it at the same time. Kind of dealing with everything happening at Stark Industries. But hot damn, is this movie... I have such a soft spot for Iron Man 2. I remember seeing it in the theater, 14 years old, my birthday, May 7th, on its release date, right? My favorite band of the time is AC/DC. And you pop in to Iron Man 2, and the first fucking thing you hear is Shoot to Thrill. It's so fucking good. That opening is still so fucking good. But the writing's not great. The acting from, even the likes of like Gwyneth Paltrow, not the best. I think Scarlett Johansson does a fine job, but still not the best. I think Happy Hogan is okay as a character in this one. I really like Happy in 3, and I really like Happy in 1. In 2, I don't feel like... he's played more to what Brayden will talk about every now and then is Funny Uncle. I think this is where you get Funny Uncle Happy Hogan. So, there's that. I'm going to put it in D. It's above Hulk. I think Hulk is just more boring than Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 has some excitable moments, whereas Hulk is just sort of a tense movie, and it just doesn't let itself shine. Thor, I think it's a really bad rap. And in fact, I would say Thor is either a B or a C. I think people overlook what Thor what Kenneth Branagh did with the MCU. I think taking the blueprint that is Thor, the superhero, right, and understanding who that is in mythos, right, in good gravy, it's Norse mythology, right, taking Thor, shoving him into Asgard, and playing the first, hour of that movie on Asgard, and then cutting to this fish out of water sequence that is Thor on Earth without power. It's so fucking good. It's so powerful. It's directed really well. It's super Shakespearean. I think Anthony Hopkins is one of his best roles, and this is probably the movie I like him the most in. I don't want to quote the line, but it's great. Idris Elba, powerful force, and you just get it right from the beginning. He's captivating on the screen. But then you even go further, right? Tom Hiddleston, what he's starting to do with this, I'm getting excited. This is not good, or it's great. One of the two. What Tom Hiddleston started to do with this role was just beautiful. It's not perfect, right? You don't get perfection, I think, until you get to Avengers, of course. But he's figuring this character out in front of our eyes, and he also is super captivating in the same way that Idris Elba is, in the same way that Anthony Hopkins is. These are all just fucking stars in their own right. Natalie Portman does a tremendous job as Jane Foster, I think. And then Chris Hemsworth just gets to live this fish out of water story and take it relatively seriously, especially when you look at something like Dark World or Ragnarok, where he starts to push into the comedy more, especially in Ragnarok. I think that you have to start the character in this, I don't know what I'm doing, who am I sort of place, right? He's still a fucking child in this movie, and they play it really well. I think this is some of the best visual work that we've seen in the MCU, even by today's standards, right? This movie came out in, 2010? Something like that? 2009, maybe? No, that's a lie. Hold on. Like 2011, right? 2012, something like that. It is so good. It still looks so fucking good. That is Thor. That's in a B. I'm leaving it there. First Avenger C. That might get some flack from people. I think First Avenger does well enough. Again, none of these movies are really outright bad. I don't even think Hulk is outright bad, right? That's not in the F tier, right? If you had to put, S is probably I would show you this movie no matter who you are. A is, if you like superheroes, you're gonna like these movies. B is, if you're interested in getting into these, you can start here and you'll be totally fine. C is, maybe you could skip this one. D is, you don't need to watch it. It's okay. And F is never watched it. So we'll get there. But I think Captain America, the First Avenger, Chris Evans is great, right? Agent Carter, Peggy, is so good in this film, and that's about as far as I can take my praise. I don't like Red Skull as much as I think other people do. I think he's a very menacing force, right? But it's super simplistic. Again, it's just evil to be evil. It's power for power, and I don't want to give that credit to shine. There's some interesting writing choices in here. I love the montage sequence in the middle. That's so much fun. As a period piece, this film is awesome. Just, we'll start there. As a World War II kind of a savant, I don't know what I would call myself. I like World War II history and stuff. Watching First Avenger and seeing Steve's transition through the war is so good. It's so fun. Yeah. We're gonna leave it and see. We're gonna move on from there. Avengers, A tier. That's our first A of the evening. I think Avengers is fantastic. I will preface this. I'm a little biased. This is a movie that I have seen the most. This is a movie that I have very fond memories of going and seeing in the theaters with my two best friends at the time. It was an experience like we had never seen before. Being cramped in a theater back in 2013 2012. Being cramped in a theater feels so much better back then than it does now. This was, granted, I hate that I'm pulling this up, but Avengers movie 2012. Avengers released on May 4th, right? And then you had Dark Knight Rises and everything that happened with that theatrical release in July. So 2 months later, movies changed. The theater going experience changed. Joining a theater on May 4th weekend to watch Avengers in 2012, I don't think will ever be topped. I would say Dark Knight Rises also had a great theater going experience for me. I had seen it at a midnight premiere. Luckily, not part of that one. Not to bring light to that situation or joke about it, but that did affect my theater experience coming out and my sense of that movie. But Avengers, we'll talk openly, is great. Avengers, to get back to this, is honestly, it's just... So I hate Joss Whedon as a person, but what he was able to do, pulling every one of these characters together, right? You had history as a filmmaker doing things like Buffy, doing things like Firefly, where it's these big cast of characters. Balancing that in a movie takes skill, and he had the skill set to do that. He had the skill set to bring all of these people on screen at the same time and give each one their moment. Let each one shine in their own way, right? Like, nobody fucking gave a shit about Hawkeye. Literally, nobody cared about Hawkeye in Thor. Then you get Avengers, and people start to kind of notice who Hawkeye is and what Clint's story kind of can be. Same thing with Natasha. People didn't, it sucks to say this, but she was played for eye candy in Iron Man 2. And you got substance with her here in Avengers. I really like this side characters of the MCU. I think they tie everything together so well. They are what gives you that continuity throughout each movie, right? The reason Winter Soldier is a Marvel movie, apart from it being a Steve Rogers movie, is because of Natasha. The reason that Thor then goes into Avengers much easier is because you not only have Thor, God of Thunder, you have... I heard a very loud noise outside my door. You have... What was I saying? You don't just have Thor, you have Clint, right? Tony brings his own baggage into this movie, and I do believe it's ultimately a Tony Stark story. I still remember in 2012 seeing the clip come out before the movie was shown of Tony talking to Loki in Stark Tower. I think it's one of the best written scenes in the MCU. I think it's a really good Tony moment, and it's a really good Loki moment. And this does so much to give you all of those moments for all these characters. I think Mark Ruffalo coming in as Bruce Banner is played extremely clever. You feel the weight of his kind of stress and his, for lack of a better word, anger, right? And you see him balancing that throughout the entire film.
Surprise.
What's up?
Hey, how's the stream going?
Good?
Later.
What the fuck?
I'm just saying hi.
What are you doing?
Saying hi.
But what was that loud noise?
Nothing?